Sometimes when I do a video, I really don't like to give it any thought, and I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. I haven't been posting a lot. I've sort of still been making them, but sometimes I'm just like, why the fuck does anybody want to hear what I have to say anyway? So I haven't been posting them, but sometimes I don't really want to think my thought through. I just want to like go with the flow. And in this like topic, learning a trade versus college, I don't want to have any thought on this. I just kind of wanted to let it like flow. So that's where this one's coming from. I'm entirely unprepared, more than I normally am. But it's so I have 3 kids. My kids are currently 16, 17, and 23. And the college is a major issue. And I don't promote it. Excuse me. I don't promote college. I think it's an awful idea. I think there was a time where it was difficult to get into college. I think we have this weird thing where there's sort of my generation and older advising kids, and our generation is failing in what we're advising the younger generations to do, because our perspective is so myopic. We don't understand the world that you're living in. I can't even pretend like I understand the world that a 20-year-old is currently living in. I grew up in super different times, and because of the technology and the things that we had access to when I was young, that very much so shaped me. It shaped a lot of things, like my eating habits, my sleeping habits, my physical shape, and I mean, just so many things. When I was a kid, if you wanted strawberries and strawberries weren't in season, you didn't get to eat strawberries. Now you can buy strawberries at any time of the year. It's crazy. It's a very different world. When I was a kid, the grocery store down the street from my house was Union. They were organized and they got paid well, and the baggers were that was if you worked at a grocery store as a bagger, that was like a job, you did it well. You knew exactly how to do it and maximize efficiency. And now it's just paper or plastic, and the chick's throwing the eggs on the bread and then putting a gallon of milk on top of it. So it's a very different time. So when I was young, college really served you, because it was hard to get into college, and if you got into college, you stood out and you could do something with your degree. Now having a degree, having an associate's degree, hell, I would say almost a bachelor's, is like the new high school diploma. It's almost like high school doesn't matter. And college has become this for-profit entity where tuition has gone up, 4 times, more rapidly, 4 times the amount that inflation has. So it's become this machine that they're pumping people out, and the athletics department is generating large amounts of income for colleges, and it's a very different thing now. And so you're not going to stand out with a college degree anymore. If you didn't go to college and you worked on some farm, and then if you went to Iceland and lived on some farm, you'd probably stand out, because you could write some sort of you could have that somewhere in your resume, or in some entrance exam type thing, and people would give you credit for that. They'd be like, wow, they're a free thinker. If you had some unusual experiences, it may help you, but you're not going to stand out with a college degree anymore. You're just going to be like everybody else with a college degree that has a ton of debt, and you can't really get a job in your field. And a lot of fields are really struggling. If you look at potential doctors and the step 1 exam, that should be the fucking entrance exam to medical school. Really. It should be. I mean, it's gotten so hard to pass, and they're not even teaching the kids the information that they need to pass it anymore. If you go into med school, it seems like insanity. I think you have to spend more time on people's mental health than anything else because of the pressures involved. That should be a trade school. That should be a trade, actually. And same with law. You shouldn't. They should be separate entities, and if you want to do those, you shouldn't have to go get an undergrad and then go on to do that. So would I advise you to learn a trade versus actually going to college? I would say yeah. You'll probably actually earn more money. You're gonna earn more money as an electrician than another kid with a 4-year degree in psychology. I don't think we need any more of those. You earn more as a welder. I could probably make an argument that it's better for you to work in a trade. I mean, there are trades, like if you were a tiler or a sheetrocker or something like that, it's going to wear your body out. So you want to think that through. Being an electrician doesn't wear your body out as bad as some of the other trades, like a mason, for example, or whatever. But, that aside, you're probably going to be healthier than having a desk job. We're like at a huge deficit because everybody's pushing the college thing. Parents are just fucking ramming their kids into the college, just fucking funneling them in that direction. And so we're getting deficits in people going into the military, going into trades. So we do have a situation where if you're an HVAC guy, I have friends in HVAC and electricians that make over $100,000 a year pretty easily. So there's a lot of things you can get into that are going to make you a lot more money than school. And yeah, I don't know, man. School is just an institution right now, churning out like frustrated young adults that were told they were going to be able to get a job. But colleges also take really fucking dumb kids. Like, you don't have to be smart to go to college anymore. You used to have to be smart. When I was young, if somebody had a degree, you were like, damn, you were impressed. Now you're just like, if somebody doesn't have a degree, you stand out, which is kind of bizarre. But anyway, that's it. That's all I really got to say on it, I think. I always have more, but I can't make these videos all inclusive. There's like a ton more, actually. The politics of colleges now, and the environment of the country in general, the labor force in general, the types of jobs people are getting, the lack of loyalty to jobs, both from the employee to the employer and the employer to the employee. Things are very different than they used to be, but I can't cover everything. So my personal opinion as a grown up with kids is learn a trade. If you want to get into computers, go to like ITT or some sort of college, a computer specific college. Don't get some computer science degree from some major university. Some of my thoughts on it, and whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear them.